welcome back to Rebel Ants Radio. My name is Kevin, joined as always by my co-host, co-founder, co-partner, Miguel. Miguel, it's been a month since our last show. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know why you refuse to record, but here we are. Welcome back. How are you?
I refuse to record? Or was it a mutual agreement between both?
No. There's a long line of text messages of me saying to you, when can we record? And you're like, leave me alone.
I have the receipts.
Yeah. It's not been a full month. It's been just shy of a month since our last show. I think it was January 28th.
A lot is happening in the crypto NFT world.
A lot is happening. Some of the things we'll talk about tonight might have happened, like a week ago. It might be old news to some. I think it's still worth us just chatting about it because we haven't had a chance to do that. And, I'm still trying to figure out how to get Instagram to go live because when I test it, it works just great. But then when we're ready to go live, it ain't working. So I don't know what's up with Instagram, but
I don't know. Our producer sucks.
Yeah, we need to hire one. That's what we really need to do.
Fired him.
Are we live on YouTube at least? I don't even know. Are we live anywhere? Is the real question. Let's go to your channel. How does that work? Oh yeah, we're live. We might have two live right now. Why does it show two live things? Is that possible?
I don't know, but we're not. I can see us on Twitter, but I'm not sure if it's moving. It's weird. It's like frozen.
Oh, one of them says it's scheduled. One of them says it's live. Why would one be scheduled and one live?
Because our producer sucks.
For real.
That's why.
Can I delete the other one? I don't know. Hold on, let's join live. Okay. So we're gonna get this all figured out one day. Let's try one more time with Instagram, and then if not, we will move on with our lives because we've got a lot to discuss. Okay. Anyway, listen, I have a problem with Coinbase. Okay. I've shared with you in the past my frustrations where they've just locked me out of my account for no reason. Like I'm some malicious person doing terrible things on the black markets. And I'm not. But since September of 2022, I've not been able to withdraw or make any purchases from my Coinbase account. Now, I'm not trying to make any purchases, but my account is restricted. And I was trying to send you some money the other day because I asked you to snag a Saints of LA off the floor. And I wanted to send you the funds, but I couldn't. So I called Coinbase. I said, hey, why is my account still restricted? When I called back in 2022, you told me I need 90 days. In 90 days, I'll be able to access my funds. It's been over a year, obviously. And they're like, yeah, I don't know why that didn't work, but it's going to be another 60 days. So I was like, you know what? Once the 60 days is up and I can get my funds back, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't like keeping my funds in these other people's wallets. I know we've seen it all over the internet. If it's not your wallet, it's not your funds. And right now, Coinbase is my custodian, and I don't like it, and I need to get out of there.
But what's the reason? Why is the reason they're telling you to wait another 60 days or whatever it is that they're telling you to wait?
That's just their protocol. They're saying it's for my safety, my protection. It ain't. They said it had to do with interacting with with an address that was blacklisted. And that was their question to me. Did you interact with a wallet that was blacklisted? I said, how would I know? How would I know what addresses are blacklisted from you?
That doesn't even make sense. They just contradicted themselves.
Yeah. And so I said, can you tell me which address it was so I don't do that again? They couldn't tell me.
Of course, because they don't know.
They don't know. They're the worst.
There's got to be a specific reason why they're doing that. I don't know. Did you try the tweet I told you or no?
No, I'll tweet out to Mr. Armstrong, see if he cares. But it's just stupid. It's so crazy that if I needed these funds, I've been a customer with Coinbase since 2011.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I don't have any issues with Coinbase.
I know. Well,
zero.
It must be my problem. Once again, the producer's fault.
It is.
I know. Yeah, and this other YouTube feed that didn't go live, that's probably the one that all the people, our whole audience, might be looking for. But it's okay. It's all right. We got two people watching with us, so thanks for joining us, whoever you are. Feel free to say hi, drop a comment, let us know where you're joining from tonight. And Miguel, we got a lot to cover. I got 14 tabs open here. I think we should start with the new logo because on our last episode, we spent a lot of time talking about a new logo. We got a lot of feedback from our fans, our community, our diehards, and a lot has happened since then. You may not remember that we haven't had an episode since we came up with our new logo. You spent hours refining it, and then I went to work on the lettering associated with it. So let's look at that.
So I'm getting text messages saying, "Are you guys on?"
Say
I
again?
guess people can't see it. What did you mess up? You messed up something big.
Yeah, I think EVMux set up two separate feeds. And so there's one that still says like it's pending to start, and then there's one that we're live on. So let's go to let's go fix this live on air. Maybe not fix it, but all right. So let's go to our videos. So under your videos, under live, there's us, and then there's this one scheduled. They both say live, but I don't think this one's live yet, because this one is the one with the
delete that one.
Yeah. Let's trash it. Delete forever. And now the one that we're on is this one here. And let's go watch us talk. Oh my God. It's so deep. Getting real meta here. Okay.
You have
So
way too many tabs. That's the problem.
That is sort of that could be the issue.
Get your shit together.
That could be the issue. All right, so let's take a look at our new logo. So, last episode we were focused on some weird thing like this, right?
Yeah.
Does this look familiar to you?
Of course it does.
Do you feel
for months on this?
Months. Do you feel better that we've moved on from whatever this was?
You know what? I still like that.
Oh my God.
Is it you're just hating? I love that logo.
Love this logo. All right. Anyway, I recreated it. You see this? I had to trace all the lines here, and then I only traced half, because then I just duplicated them and flipped them over. That way they'd line up perfectly. So that's what this is. So this is the version that you had, and then I was just kind of playing around with filling it in and the lines and the weights, yada yada yada. I wake up the next morning and you send me this.
Boom.
Boom. Tell me where this came from.
My head.
No, that's not true.
No, I think we generated a whole bunch of AI images.
Yeah.
And I think one was kind of similar to this. And I kind of went with the idea of this.
Yeah.
And completely changed it around.
Yeah.
Not completely, but I would say 70% changed.
Yeah.
And ended up with this here. So come out pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I thought it just had like a cool vibe to it. And for those listening on the podcast, it's the picture of our new logo, which you can see on our socials, but it's the ant on a microphone. And I liked it. So I took that, and then, I sent you a few versions of different lettering and said, like, what do you think we should go with for a new font?
Yeah.
And this suggestion here was Signica. This one was Red Hat Display, and then this one was Orbitron, which is where we ended up, because I like the way that the capitalized letters look, the way that they're kind of like monospaced, that they're all about the same width, right? They all fit nicely there, and I just thought the thickness and the weight of the lines kind of matched some of the lines within the drawing, and I just thought it was a good balance for the weight. The other thing that I liked was the numbers. The numbers look good too. There are some fonts that have good letters, but then the numbers get all weird. And this one was nice as well. Again, mostly monospaced and fairly blocky, which I think allows you to do, kind of create a consistent image on that. So we went with that. We were going back and forth between the uppercase or the lowercase, uppercase, one out. And then even the way like our names look, just to think about the different letters in our names, like, they all look good here. They look good in uppercase, lowercase for our names, and I think that's important as well for when we add to the website. And then I had sent you, I said, hey, we were talking like no color, right? Just black and white. And then I said, hey, what do you think about just adding not color to the logo itself, but for the background, right? For the image of it. So the first one I sent you was this green, this green gradient with a grain. And then I sent you a few other versions, but the first one I sent you was the one you liked the best.
Yeah.
And so that was like the green, a light green in the middle with a dark green on the outside. What is it that you didn't like about this sort of style here?
Um,
Like
it,
these.
it wasn't the style. It was more like the colors were too. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't us.
Okay, I dig it. Um,
But
so I took
that gradient color is pretty cool. The green one that we chose,
yeah,
it's kind of grainy, so I do like that.
yeah. I added like
Different texture,
I added a noise level on top of it,
right?
just to give it a little texture, like you said. Okay, and then you and I were talking about the letters themselves, trying to come up with something else. This is something you and I have been playing around with for a while. This like 383 instead of a EBE, and just
Hmm.
kind of think, what can we do with that? I know you're incorporating that into the art of V2, so that'll be cool to kind of run with that and do some more. I think this could look good on a shirt. I think it could look good on a hat. I think it's just could be a cool hashtag. Um, so I like where that's going. We were trying to connect it into Rebel Ants with all these different versions, and it just didn't work, right? With a dollar sign or an at sign,
Yeah, no, it didn't work.
right aligned, these three different characters, and that didn't work. A does not equal sign as the T just didn't work. So we ended up with just Rebel Ants. And then I don't know how we got into this, but we were playing with this idea of just
Yeah,
like,
but I like all that because
yeah,
that would look pretty cool on a t-shirt.
yeah, I think it would look really cool on a t-shirt. This is the Twitter banner now. So it's the name of our different projects right now where it says Rebel Ants, Jeremy Pets, Battle for the Colony, and it just kind of repeats, but only one version of Rebel Ants is black. The other ones are like a 25% gray or something like that. Is that what it is? 25%? Yeah, 25% of the black. So it kind of grayed out there, but it has a cool vibe to it. And then these were like the final versions of everything. Here's a white one, a lighter one for Rebel Ants. There's the
Hmm.
black one. Here's Rebel Ants in the different colors. This is the one with the grain. This is the one without the grain. And this is what we'll use to make up shirts and other items for production. So, how do you feel overall about our logo choice and our colors and our fonts?
Pretty good. I feel very good about it. Love them. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot more that we can do with the logo because we don't have to be attached to the one gradient color in the background if we don't want to.
yeah, I
Um,
think you're
the,
right.
the main purpose is just the and with the mic and the name, right? So I mean, the attachment to the green gradient doesn't have to be there,
Right, you're right. And for different versions of different things we do, different projects or different ways that different like places that we represent ourselves, we could change it up.
right?
So I think there's some flexibility with using a background color versus a color within the logo that'll always be there. All right, cool. All right, so let's talk about V2 a little bit. Um, you had posted a piece of art that you had been working on here. So here's a tweet from you, which is at D_first night. This is a banging piece of art right here. Um,
Yeah, I love that.
Wait a second. What happened with the end of the bandana here? This is all. Oh yeah,
Flapping.
yeah.
That's how it's supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah, yeah, Miguel. This is it. It just. Okay. We're gonna have to get back to work on this one.
Just leave it.
Anyway, this is a killer piece of art here. The ant itself, the gear that it's wearing, the background, the shadowing, the layering. It looks awesome. So give us an update. Where are we at with V2? Where's your head at? How are you feeling with it?
We're about 90% done. 92%, I would say. I mean, I still got to work on um I still got to work on some of the backgrounds. Um but that's pretty much it that's really left.
Yeah,
We're about 92% there, I'm going to say. And then we just got to play with the layers and see what we're going to do with all the layers. But it looks pretty cool. I mean, I think that the end looks really cool. If you go to the Twitter feed, there's a video. Can you look for that and see if we can play it?
yeah. It was right here.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, that came out pretty cool. sort of like a 3D ant kind of on the
Yeah,
video.
it looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, and we have a lot of layers. We have a lot of different attributes for the ant, so a lot of different colors. So it's going to look pretty cool. And not only are the backgrounds that detailed, but we also have plain backgrounds too. So that's going to be, um, people's choice, whatever they want to get, if they do get it or if they do want to mint. That's what they have to choose from. So we'll see what happens and how it
Yeah.
comes out at the end.
So we're working on the art. We're talking about how to launch this, right? We're exploring maybe using OpenSea as a drop from their
Yeah.
drops program. We've talked about maybe doing Solana. We've talked about different pricing. So we still have some time to kind of wrap all that up and explore our options. We just want to be live for NFT NYC, right?
Yeah, we want to be live for NFT NYC. Maybe we want to go live not on the exact date of NFT NYC, but maybe right before it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? It doesn't have to be the day of, right? We're gonna be busy that day anyway, so we'll want to make sure that it's minting properly. At least, at the very least, the day before, right?
Yeah, I mean it'll be important to get all the layers together and just and see what. First of all, we don't even know what blockchain we're gonna go with, right? Yet.
Right. I'm still tempted by Solana. It seems like there's a lot of good things happening over there. Again, the
Yeah.
experience is better. It's cheaper gas, and whatever price we go with, whether it's free or not free, gas on Ethereum right now is going to cost so much more than whatever we're charging. I could see that
Mhm.
being a huge off put for somebody looking to mint and get into our ecosystem and support us.
Yeah, I mean that the Solana thing sounds pretty good. Um, Obviously, it's getting a lot of success lately, and like it's a lot of buzz about it. So I just don't know what platform should we go with. I mean, I still don't know if we're gonna go with OpenSea or if we're gonna go with somebody else. But
Yeah.
um, I don't know. There's a lot of platforms out there that are doing really good. So I mean, what are you thinking?
I think OpenSea would be good in terms of getting eyes on it, giving legitimacy to the minting process, right?
Hmm.
Hopefully, we can get some traction on Twitter to get people heading over there and looking at it. You can do a pre-sale with a whitelist and things like that, so it might be easier to manage through that instead of through Bueno, which we did for the first drops.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we still have a few weeks to figure all this out, but I'm working on the website. You're working on the art, and then once we're good with all of that, we'll be ready to kind of execute on the rollout and the mint.
Yeah, I mean, the art is pretty good. The art is it's really looking good. Um, the backgrounds are very detailed. Everything is coming together pretty well. I think the colors that I chose are pretty cool. Um, so we just got to see what platform we're gonna go with, and when are we gonna really launch
Yeah,
exactly?
yeah. So maybe our next planning session together in person, we'll look at some dates and some timelines and just pick a date and commit to that and work towards that.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah. So let's talk about just a couple of other things for NFT NYC as you and I have been chatting and spending some more time in person together, right? The idea is that we want to be able to do interviews in person there.
Right.
And we picked up the Rodecaster Pro 2, which allows us to connect multiple microphones. And we did a test, a successful test, our last time getting together, which was last weekend. And we're able to have 4 people recording all at the same time. And I think that's really the goal for that. Next up, we'll work on getting the video hooked up the to basically the same input as the Rodecaster. So
Mhm.
there's video attached with all 4 microphones being recorded. We could do even more than 4 if we wanted. I think we could really do up to 6 if we wanted to.
Yeah, I think we could do 6. I mean, we tested it out here, so it seems like we can do 6,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
mics work really well. So
yeah.
I think all the
It's
equipment we
working.
got is perfect. Is the perfect equipment for that environment.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then part of the ramp up to NFT NYC will be getting people to let us know that they want to come on the show, whether they want to be interviewed, whether they want to kind of share their story or
Yeah.
share their art, their project, whatever it is. We want to be that platform for them. So we'll figure out a way to solicit those people. That way we can kind of plan them into our days, in between our sessions and sessions that we want to attend.
Yeah, I was also thinking that there's got to be some sort of way that we can do like a Bueno form, not exactly the Bueno form if we can, but something like that where we're able to get like somebody's wallet who's being interviewed so that we can send them something or whatever the case might be.
Yeah,
Or that they can sign up for just being interviewed, period. Because we're going to be moving around a lot at NFT NYC. So
Yeah, we could do a Google form. We could do a form on the website that just gets emailed to us when somebody fills out the response. But yeah, there's a few options, right? There's three
Yeah.
different ways we can do it. We can do it with Bueno, where you have to verify your wallet. You can do Google Forms or some other type form, whatever that is, or just straight off the website. But I think whatever is going to be the quickest for somebody is where we're going to get the most traction. So we'll look at whatever the path of least resistance is for that.
Yep.
And we're also looking at some merch, right? Is there anything we want to get into detail with for that? Some giveaways?
Not yet because we haven't really finalized everything yet.
All right.
But the merch is coming out pretty cool. I mean, with all the stuff that you just showed with the names and the new artwork, I think the actual clothing line would look really really good. I mean, we went away from this logo, right?
Yeah.
Or do you still want to use this logo for anything?
I think the A is still maybe the logo for the first version. I think it's still a cool logo. I think it's still flexible because it can be different colors.
Yeah.
It's legible, but it's not Rebel Ants now. It's more
It's
like the
not.
V1.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just the old Rebel Ants logo and that's it. I don't know. We'll see how it falls into line.
See how it plays out.
Yeah. So I didn't put this on our agenda on the right, but there was something that happened between our last couple of shows that really, I think, hurt us both emotionally, or we took it really personally, and that has to do with the Robotos.
Yeah.
So out of nowhere, we saw some tweets going around, and then Robotos posted, "It was a good run, thank you all," on February 13th. And that was it. They logged out.
And yeah, no explanation, no nothing. It was just peace out.
That was it. That was it. Now there was somebody who posted something from the Discord. It says if you all want context on what happened, and then here's some screenshots of that. So here was what the posting from Discord really showed, just kind of where all the challenges were. Like, hey, here's all the things we were trying to do. Here's why it didn't work. And so Pablo's post here says executives, Time Studios, and the animation production studio, a writer strike happened. Things went cold after the strike. Meetings kept happening. Then there was a new CEO who fired half the staff. So it's just hard to get traction in a number of these places. And I heard this talked about on the Nifty Morning Show, which is one of my daily listenings. And they're like, this wasn't a rug pull. Like, this was a thing that just didn't work out after 2+ years. So I try to come to terms with it like that, right? It's a startup that didn't work, right? Most startups fail, and that's what happened here. But I just know that I was so emotionally invested in the Robotos. I know you were. This was like my first entry into NFTs. Really, was watching the Robotos be built by Pablo on live streams on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then my brother and I split my first Roboto purchase because it was really expensive at the time. I think they were at some point they were over 2 ETH as a floor. But then I bought a few more after that, and then I didn't buy it thinking to resell it, but it just hurts to think that's it, they're done.
Yeah, I'm more mad about just Pablo in general, that he didn't really explain much. Like, he knew that he had this big community in Robotos. Granted, Robotos wasn't creating a lot of trades and stuff like that because people were holding on to the artwork,
Right.
Because they like the artwork.
Yeah.
But there was not much explaining to do, and I think somewhere on a thread or on X, somebody was talking about, what if you sell it to somebody else, or what if you sell it to me? I don't remember exactly what it was, and he was like, no, it's too complicated. There's too many legalities that will happen, so I can I wouldn't do that, or something like that, something along those lines. So I'm not sure exactly who owns Robotos, who does what, what happened, who.
Right.
At the end of the day, it probably came down to just money. You know what I mean? Like, he probably sold the project to, I think it might have been Times. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision, and like you said, there's probably a lot of moving parts behind the scenes. And Pablo is doing a lot of other things. Like, the day that I saw this was the day that he was promoting a new design course that he launched, right? So he's just doing other stuff. They've got this AI website generator. They've got, they just have some other things going on as well under the Bueno title. or
Yeah.
at least under Pablo's name. So
Well,
yeah,
the real question is Bueno dot art or IO, is it still going to be a thing or not? And I've asked that question several times, and other people have asked that question several times on Discord, and they haven't really answered that question. So I'm not
yeah,
sure. I mean, the platform is amazing.
it
So
is. It
who does
is.
the platform belong to? The rights? Does it belong to Pablo? Does it belong to someone else? Like, who does it belong to?
Yeah, I don't know who Bueno is. I don't know. It says it belongs to Bueno, but this makes them money. I could see Robato's not making them money at this point in the game. Probably made them a ton of money in the beginning, and that's what allowed him to dive
To
into
do the
some other
rest?
projects. He had the jelly beings. He had Humankind, which I think Humankind is done also. Um, so
But Humankind just got released not that long ago, so
I know,
I don't
I know.
I
I
don't get it.
invested a few hundred in that also, just thinking
Yeah, no,
about.
me too. I have a few of those.
Yeah, I like them too. Right? They're cute things. They have no use at this point, but maybe that's the risk that we all take. So I think Bueno.art will stay around. Honestly, I did hear that maybe it was acquired or sold to Adobe, and maybe that means it'll stick around for a while. But I was sad. I was sad to see Robotos go. So my
Yeah,
question for the audience: leave a note in the comments. What's what project has died that you felt really attached to that really hurt you the most? Would love to
that's what it
hear.
was. Adobe. It was in Times, or maybe Times
Right,
was
right, right.
part of
Adobe.
it too, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sounds pretty cool that he was able to sell whatever to Adobe if it really did happen. But
yeah. I mean that's
like,
huge.
what happened in that transaction that he doesn't want to be part of it
Yeah,
anymore?
I know, I know, I know.
You know what I
Makes
mean?
you
Like,
wonder. Makes you wonder. So
what was the backstory? And granted, he doesn't have to tell us the backstory, but he has a community. He's got to understand that he's got to explain things to.
yeah, and Robotos was probably the biggest community that he had
I'm pretty
because he
sure.
was the face of it. He was the face of that. So
Well, Humankind too. Humankind
right.
is the same thing. I even went to that pop up gallery art in New York that was all about Humankind, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll have another project, and I'll ape into that, and we'll find out. Maybe he'll have time on his hands to
Well,
come on our show, talk to us finally. Who
he's
knows?
doing like a comic book or something. I'm not sure.
Is that what it is? A
Maybe we
comic
should
book?
reach. Yeah, he mentioned something about a comic or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it seems like he's working on. I mean, he's still got the same team because they keep talking on Discord. So I'm not. Who knows what's going on? Maybe we should tweet at him again and see if we can get
Yeah.
an answer from him. Maybe he can come to the show or something.
Yeah. We've got Universal Twin Flames saying hi. I don't know what PDD into house is, but great. Miguel, you want to talk about some news?
Yeah, let's do it. What
All
do we
right,
have?
these are some things that I thought were interesting, and by the day that we're talking about these, maybe not breaking news, but still interesting. This one actually is important because something's coming up this week for this. So we're looking at an article from NFTculture.com called "Magic Eden's Ethereum Debut: A New Chapter in NFT Marketplaces." So, are you aware of this already? That Magic Eden is setting up a new Ethereum marketplace.
Yeah.
Good. So the summary here is that they teamed up with Bored Ape Yacht Club and a few other big projects, and they're going to be creating this marketplace where the creator royalties, are enforced. They can't be waived. They're not optional. So the article says, in a bold move that intertwines the legacy of Ethereum with the innovation of contemporary NFT platforms, Magic Eden is set to revolutionize the digital art and collectible space. Scheduled for February 27th, the launch of Magic Eden's Ethereum marketplace is not just another entry into the crowded space of NFT platforms. It represents a strategic collaboration with heavyweight projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club, Azuki, and Pudgy Penguins, alongside a tech partnership with Limit Break. Initiative is poised to redefine what creators and collectors can expect in terms of cost efficiency and support for creators' rights. And then it shows a tweet from them. We're thrilled to announce our upcoming Ethereum marketplace powered by payment processor, a robust marketplace protocol developed by Limit Break. So we'll link to the article here. The TLDR, let's see, they're launching in collaboration with Yuga Labs, promises to cut gas fees significantly, uphold creator royalties, indicating that despite the rise of other blockchain platforms, Ethereum remains a vibrant hub for NFT innovation.
So maybe
So
that's
that
a
could be cool.
platform. I know, yeah. So maybe that Magic Eden is it's a marketplace that maybe we should look into.
Yeah. So, a couple of other things about Magic Eden. One, our friends over at the Saints of LA, they've been told that they'll be part of this launch. So they'll be available for purchase on February 27th. And that'll be good exposure for them, right?
Yeah.
I did see two other tweets to point out about or buy. So Magic Eden also posted 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I don't know what today is. ETH OGs, get your wallets ready. Diamond claim on 313. So as I understand it, Magic Eden will be offering a reward for people who used ETH for NFTs back to like 2017.
Oh wow.
So they have this reward currency called diamonds.
Hmm.
So diamond claim 313. So that might be the first reward claim that I'm eligible for in a very long time, based on my ETH transactions over the past few years. So something to keep an eye on. Maybe this will be worth something. I don't know. But oh boy! All right, that's enough. Cut it. We're gonna edit that in
That's
post.
that's
So
great. What do you mean?
the other thing that the other tweet that I thought was interesting was this one. Magic Eden set up this booth at an NFT event 2 years ago. This is the company throttling OpenSea right now. So 2 years ago, they've got this little booth at some rinky-dink place, and now they're market leaders and trendsetters, and it just gives me hope for us, right? To think someone's going
Does
to
it
look
say
back at
where they
us,
set up?
huh?
Does it say where they set up?
I don't know where this was. I don't know what event this was. But this is how they started, and now they're doing some really impressive things, or they've been doing some impressive things, but they've come a long way. So I want that to be a reminder for us and our audience that it's okay to start small, and then maybe you can still make it to the big leagues.
Yeah, I mean, if they come this long way in 2 years,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I mean, they probably met a lot of people throughout the 2 years. They probably done a
for
lot.
sure.
Um, yeah, so we'll see how that works. I mean, Magic Eden Marketplace seems like a good thing for us to check out too, since our friends are going to be there too.
Yeah,
Um, and talking about our friends, like they have a lot of stuff going on. They have this thing with Patty.
Patty is bored.
I guess there's a partnership there. They released a new ape. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, the punk apes. Let's pull it
The
up.
punk apes, yeah. So I got one. I minted one. It looks pretty cool. The art's pretty cool. So we'll see where that team takes that.
Let's
What are you
drop
doing?
this in here. Let's pull up Patty is bored. So at Patty is bored, Patty Mac. I guess I'm not following him on this account. So he launched something called the Punk Apes, and some really cool artwork there for sure. And like you said, it looks like there's a lot being built around it.
Yeah.
People collecting their 5 as a band, kind of setting all that up together. And it looks like there will be some rewards and utility for the holders. So, and like you said, they're partnering with Saints of LA. So something good should come out of that.
Yeah, I mean they're partnering with other NFT projects too, but um, Sense of Relay, they are our friends, legit. So it seems like it's a legit project. I think that Casey went and met them in Costa Rica. They had like a big
Right.
meeting or something.
Yep.
Um, so it seems like a really good legit project. So
Yeah.
I went in on it, and probably going to continue to go in on it and see what happens.
Yeah. I think the floor is 0.08 right now. Let's
Yeah.
see here. Collection. Is that over here? Yeah, 0.084. Yeah, this artwork is great. I think
Yeah,
it's
it looks
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. All right, you want to talk about Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Sure.
So this may be of interest to you as somebody who's a holder within their ecosystem, but the founder of Bored Ape Yacht Club and Yuga Labs, Garga, has stepped back into the role as CEO. So he posted on Twitter a couple of days ago, I'm stepping back in as CEO of Yuga Labs. Wiley and I are grateful for all the contributions and operational
Yeah, I
rigor
saw that.
Daniel had brought to the company. Now, this is Daniel Allegre, who has an incredible resume of achievements before coming into the crypto space. I think he was in the space for a year, in the spot for a year before this announcement. So a lot of parts of the announcement here, where he talks about step one, they are building a new company called the Bored Ape Yacht Club, or BAYC LLC, created as a Yuga Labs subsidiary. Will be responsible for everything Bored Ape Yacht Club. We've got a crack team of ninjas on the BAYC team, but there's still a couple of important roles to be filled over there. So I think this is good as an outsider because it kind of shows the focus of, hey, we need to make this a priority and it needs to have dedicated resources.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is coming on the back of the flappening, which was, when the Pudgy Penguins briefly overtook Bored Ape Yacht Club on a floor price
Hmm.
and just kind of
The world.
shook the world for a couple of minutes, right?
I still think that Pudgy is gonna be the leader in this industry.
By the end of it, by within the 6 months or something. What do you think?
I don't know when. I mean, they are already flipping, Board Ape. So I think that is gonna happen soon. I mean, Luca has a lot going on. So
Yeah, and we'll talk about some of the other stuff happening there as well.
yeah. But I mean, I think it's good that he took over as back as the head of the company because originally he was the guy. So with the
Yeah,
vision. So we'll
I
see
think
what
it
happens.
shows that they're
They're
taking
involved.
it seriously.
Yeah.
And I think there was also a lot of outcry from the community of Bored Ape Yacht Club holders saying, like, what are we getting right now, right? Our floor price is dropping. The NFT itself is becoming worth less over time, right?
Yeah.
So where's the focus on this? We're supposed to be the premier NFT. Where's the focus?
I also think too that Board Yacht Club just they like skyrocketed way too quick without planning. I don't know if you feel that way too, but I think that that's something that really happened that they just took off,
That's a
right?
good
And it
point.
was too quick, and I feel like they didn't know what to do. Like, what do we do? We're in
Yeah,
Web 3. We're the leaders of this industry. What do we do now? And I
yeah,
think that
and I
they
think, yeah,
I think that they kind of just rushed into things, and it didn't come out as well planned as they wanted to. Like if you look at someone like Pudgy Penguins, for example, like
mhm,
they're I feel like they're doing all the right moves slowly. But not
yeah,
only are they doing it slowly, they're also captivating and educating people as they go along. Like it's it's incredible what Pudgy is doing, and that's why I think that Pudgy is going to be the leader in the NFT world. Period.
yeah.
Because everything that
I can see it.
they're doing it right.
Yeah, Yuga put out so much stuff, and maybe to your point, it was they didn't have time to plan it all out. They put out
Hmm.
all these projects, games, the heavy metal, the codas, the other sides, the other deeds, the mutants, the kennels. Like there's so much in that ecosystem right now. The ape coin, and not saying any of it's bad, but it maybe feels like they lost focus of what
Yeah, but
made them successful.
if you think about it too, like me being a holder of a board ape, like for example, I don't get excited about anything they do.
Right, right. That's the problem.
Like I don't get excited at all. Even when you text me like, "Ah, you need to jump on this. They're doing this, blah blah blah." I never do it because
I know you never do it.
it's just it sucks. Like I don't. I'm not excited about it. But Pudgy Penguins, I was excited about when they released like their toys and stuff. I
Yeah.
went and got 8 million of them.
Yeah. Well, there's some more news within the Yuga Lab world, and
What's
for
the
better
other
or
news?
worse,
Oh,
they
that's right. That's
acquired
right.
they acquired Proof also within the last couple of weeks. This was last week, basically. So, Proof was the owner of Moonbirds, which is another major project in the NFT space. So this article is from fastcompany.com, February 16th. Moonbirds is joining Bored Ape's NFT empire, but can Yuga Labs conquer its growing pains? So Yuga Labs, steward of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and closest thing the NFT world has to a Disney or Marvel-esque conglomerate, is growing its empire yet again. It's acquiring Proof Collective, owners of the once high-flying NFT collection Moonbirds, the company revealed on Friday. Daniel Allegre is quoted here before he was removed as CEO. This was probably the easiest and fastest acquisition I've ever done. After a first Texas lunch meeting with Proof founder Kevin Rose, at which time just Moonbirds, not all of Proof, was on the table, it took under 3 months to close the deal. Now, it wasn't disclosed how much it was bought for, but Moonbirds, is a very profitable,
Project.
well funded project, right? I think at some point it says the cheapest Moonbird at some point in 2022 was 115,000. Today, that floor price is $3,000, right? So, we've seen these crazy swings in value, and you look back on people who spent all that, and you're like, Jesus Christ, like, what were you thinking? Was it worth it? I don't know, but Yuga must think there's something in it that's worth getting, and I think part of it was that they were able to get a lot of money from Proof, from what Proof had in their treasury, without having to raise money to do their own things, right? So here's just like this injection of funds, and we don't know what they paid for it, right? We don't know if they gave crypto or what they gave to own this, but they do continue to grow, right? They bought CryptoPunks, they bought 10k, what is it, 10k FT, whatever that was.
Yeah, but again, like it's the same thing. Like they're buying all these projects, but yet they're not focusing on Bored Ape. Like, what are we doing with Bored Ape?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
get me excited about Bored Ape? Why do I have one? Like, get me excited about it. You know what I mean?
I know. And maybe that's what the branching off of BAYC into its own company will allow to happen.
Yeah, and even I don't know if you saw, but Moonbirds really shot off in OpenSea percentage wise. Like
Yeah, it
once the
skyrocketed.
announcement happened.
Yeah, let's see if we can pull up the Moonbirds.
Yeah.
It's at 1.8 now. I think it was below, it might have been below 1 at that point. Let's look at some analytics for the floor. Let's go last 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
So
Yeah.
at some point it was down to 1.12 on February 12th.
When
And
was
then
the
it went up.
announcement?
It might have been around here, 14th or 15th. Oh no, it said Friday, right? So Friday was, I don't know what day that is. I don't know what Friday that was. Let's see.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, the
Yeah,
point is you can see on the graph that it shut up
yeah.
probably right after the announcement,
I think it was the 16th actually. So maybe there was
which is
some.
which is
Yeah,
great
right here.
for those people that have been holding for a long time.
Yeah.
But
Well, those people who are holding for a long time probably lost a lot of value that this maybe doesn't get it all
oh
back.
yeah,
But it's nice to see some movement and to think, hey, maybe there'll be some more traction now, or maybe there's some more benefit of being a holder, right? Maybe they're eligible for ApeCoin or something else now.
that's true. Yeah,
So lots happening in the Yugaverse for sure. Let's talk about Pudgy.
yeah. Let's talk about
So
Pudgy.
your
I gotta
boy
look.
Luca Netz put out a video on February 20th, sitting in front of a bunch of toys, and basically he's saying that Pudgy has done their second order with Walmart, and I guess that's a big accomplishment. Sometimes Walmart
Huge.
does
Yeah,
initial orders, these smaller orders, to see, is this item going to sell, or is this line of products going to sell? And now they've been welcomed with a second purchase, and I think they're in 30,000 WalMarts now, and they've got new releases of penguins. How does this make you
but
feel?
amazing. You see this little guy back here? You know how much it's worth now and what I pay actually for it?
You didn't pay nearly as much as it's worth now. I know that.
You know that? Not even close to it. But anyway, so like I think that he's doing the right thing. Again, like he's not only putting out toys. I think it's all planned. Like I think very analytically, right? And I think that he does the same thing. So I think that he's doing this, but at the same time he's educating people on what NFTs are. People that have
Yeah,
never been in the NFT world or don't even know what it is. Because remember, you buy a toy, you scan the little thing, and it takes you
right.
to
You're in
like this world.
a
Yeah,
metaverse. Yeah,
a metaverse. Yeah, not only that, but you can like learn about NFTs and all that stuff in there. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Like what he's doing. It's what should have been happening years ago, probably through Bored Ape.
Yeah. It's funny, there's some pictures that people posted online with like the Bored Ape Yacht Club shirts at Walmart for like $8 next to the
Pudgy
displays
Penguin.
of the Pudgy toys. Just kind of show, which one looks like the better value grab.
Yeah, I mean at this point, Pudgy for sure looks like the better grab. But anyway, so what I like about Lucas too is that he, for example, there was something I posted, I reposted today that someone posted. I guess they were at an event last night
Yeah.
for Pudgy Penguins, and he was there just shaking hands and saying what's up to the community and just taking pictures with people. Like that's leadership. You know what I mean? Like that shows that's leadership.
Yeah, I got the tweet pulled up right here.
Yeah, look at the guy taking pictures outside.
Yeah, so someone says successful projects don't happen by accident. I stood next to Luca Netz for an hour tonight while he shook hands and introed himself to every single person attending his event. I've been to a few events. He does this every time. How many other founders have done that this week? Vast majority of those turning up couldn't believe
Not
he was
many.
there chatting away.
Not many found. Where have you seen the Bored Ape guys do that, or even heard about it?
Yeah,
Do you
it's
even know
true.
what the Bored Ape guys look like?
I know what Gargo looks like. I don't know if I know what the other guy looks like.
Exactly.
That's
No,
that's
I
just
mean,
my own lack of education. I'm not saying he's hiding or
no,
anything.
I get it. I get it. But at the same time, like the first of all, much respect to Bored Ape because it was only two guys who started it. I know the whole history. Like they went through a lot to get to where they
Yeah,
are now. Right. But I think that at the same time they should have pivoted into educating people about what NFTs are if they were the leaders in the industry. It's sort of what Luca's trying to do now, which is he understands the value of of NFTs in the future, and what's going to happen is you have to educate people in order for them to be able to get into NFTs, and for the value to continue to go up, or just for NFTs in general to be legitimate. We got to educate more people, and I think he gets that, and I think that that's what he's doing.
yeah. He's. I guess to your point though, he's also like really the front facing person for Pudgy Penguins. As much as Garga does, they're not out there making videos talking about their next projects like this, or like we've even seen Frank D Gods do. Right, like
Yeah,
Luca puts himself out there on everything. He has a YouTube page just showing behind the scenes stuff of what he's doing. So
yeah,
very transparent on all this.
yeah, which is cool for us to see trying to grow our project at the
Exactly.
same
Yeah,
time.
very inspiring. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. Well, I think you know what time it is. Do you know what time it is?
You tell me what time it is.
It is time for a little artist of the week action. This week
Artist of the week.
you have selected Jesse Martin. What up,
Let me
Jesse
tell you
Martin?
something. I am very excited about Jesse Martin because his artwork gets me excited.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, tell me
like
why.
if you go look at one of his videos for his artwork,
I
it's
know.
amazing.
It's so cool.
It's just amazing.
So
I
cool.
don't even
All
know
right.
how he does it, and I'm an artist.
We're gonna play one here.
Yeah, this is so cool, dude. Like I get excited looking at this.
Tell our podcast listeners what's happening in this video.
He's basically zooming in into his artwork, and every time he zooms in into something, there's another world, and he continues to zoom in another world, continues to zoom in another world. It's phenomenal. Like this is so good.
Yeah,
Literally, it's so good. Look at this.
it's really impressive. I mean, I imagine the way you do this is you make a gigantic art frame in like something like Procreate or whatever it is, like the biggest art frame possible. And then you zoom in and you draw a scene, then you draw a scene around that, then you draw a scene around that, and you just kind of build out the layers from there. That way, as you look at it far out, you can then zoom back in. So he
Yeah,
has this. Yeah.
can you play another one?
Yeah, let me play the YouTube video. This one has almost a
Oh
million
yeah.
views. It's called The Longest Drawing Ever. And it's a picture of an iPad with a drawing on it.
This is so cool.
Zooming in.
Watch this. Watch this.
Like there's
I
one
saw
little
this one.
detail in the video, and then there's a whole world inside there. It's like zooming into a house, and then in the house there's a TV screen. And then in the TV screen there's a floor plan, a house, and then in there there's wall art, and the wall art expands into a whole other world. Really cool.
It's so cool, dude. Like, it's so cool. I love this. Look at that. Look at the detail. Like, look at the detail on this.
I know. Very intuitive eye.
Look at that. That's so amazing. For
Yeah.
those of you on the podcast that can't see the video, like, you guys have to watch this. You guys got to go on YouTube and follow this guy. Like, this guy is just amazing. He's been around for a while too. He's been in the art world for a long time. Like, he's just amazing at what he does. Like, it's great. I wish I could learn this.
Yeah. I mean the drawings themselves are great, but it's so detailed and it's so much to think,
Yeah.
99% of the drawing isn't used that he's making, right? Because he's zooming into just one detail. So you look at this one image, but it's only the focus of attention is just one small dot of that.
But not even. He has other videos where he's zooming in into like some of the details that
Yeah.
are part of like the actual picture before he zooms in into
Oh, really?
something else that takes you somewhere else. And it's
Yeah.
crazy. So look at this. This is like he these are like his fans that are telling him like draw this, and he does it, and he like spins it. It's so cool.
Yeah. Someone said draw a ceiling fan with like a
Yeah.
world on each fan. Draw Jupiter as a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I highly recommend like any artists out there that are like just learning and looking at art, like follow Jesse. Like, his art is just freaking amazing, and I love it. And I'm an artist, and I wish that I could do some of the things he does. I mean, I could just imagine the amount of time that he spends doing all these details. Like,
Yeah.
it must be insane, an
So
insane
good.
amount of time.
So good.
So good, yeah.
Yeah. Follow him on Instagram. It's at Jesse JESSE underscore Martin MARTIN underscore. And then on YouTube, I think maybe it's the same thing. Yeah, at Jesse Martin JESSE MARTIN. Yeah, definitely a good follow there.
Yeah. On X.
Oh, right. Yeah, I haven't followed him yet. I
Yeah,
will
but
do so.
again, like his artwork. You ever seen like artwork that gets you excited just looking at it? It's like I get excited just looking at it. Like, I want to see what
Yeah.
the next move is. What does the next layer look like? What's going on in there? Like, where are you zooming into? I think it's cool. I get super excited just looking at other artists
Yeah,
doing something.
great artist for sure.
Yeah, I'm all about
Good.
just other people doing their artwork. Like, it's just crazy. I love it.
Yeah, well, when we clip this, we'll tag him and see if he wants to chat more with us.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. That'll be super cool if he comes on the show and tells us how he does this, so I could learn.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm sure
Miguel,
he's probably on a YouTube video somewhere.
that's true. And he's got a bunch, so it'll be interesting to see how much he shares his process on that.
Yeah, yeah.
My commitment to you for next week is to figure this Instagram shit out. You're going to see a whole bunch of lives just throughout the week as I'm trying to test this out, because I'm so frustrated because it didn't work the last time. Then we got it working, right? We did a test. We're like, yeah, we're live on Instagram. I don't know why it's not working now. This is amateur hour.
I think we need to do a test on all three, because I think we only tested Instagram, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. That might have been it.
Yeah, so we need to test all three and see if it works.
Yeah, you are correct. So we will work on that. Apologies to our growing fan base. We're almost at the ability to monetize our YouTube channel, which I don't know what we're going to do with that, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I think we'll be able to accept super chats from all of our viewers.
That'll be funny, but cool
All right.
at the same time.
I'm going to show you, I'm going to work on the website this week, and I can show you the skeleton and the bones of it next week. We can look at that together, and we can talk more about where we're at with V2 and NFT NYC and just kind of getting ready for that. I started to look at my slides again that I'd sent for the submission, thinking what I need to reorder, thinking about what an actual delivery might look like for giving that presentation. So a few weeks away still, but I want to make sure it's good.
Are you a little scared?
Definitely.
Should be.
I am. I'm still scared.
Just picture everybody naked on the audience, except me though.
Well, it's time to go.
Sad moment.
Sad moment. We're almost at an hour, but we covered a lot of grounds, and there's still a lot of things we didn't get to talk about. I took some things off our list for tonight, so we'll definitely save some for next week, and we'll be able to talk about in real time what's happening with Magic Eden and some of these other big news drops that are happening this week.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on out there. We gotta see if we have more time to talk about this. But
yeah,
you know what?
Oh my God, so cheesy.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.